Welcome to the Nabeel Naqvi Podcast. Welcome, Episode 1, the Nabeel Naqvi Podcast, presented by Affinity Law. Today, I'm super excited to be joined by my great friend, brother, and guest, Ali Dewji of Dewji Realty.
Thank you so much for having me. Truly an honor to be here, Nabeel. And the fact that you gave me the first spot means a lot, bro. I think it's a testament to how long we've known each other. What's it going on now?
About 30 years, brother. We were
That's
10
nuts.
years old when we met. 10
That's
years
crazy.
old.
So
Little kids running around
That's
Sunday
when I
school.
first moved to Toronto, 1996.
Wow.
And Sunday school days.
That's right.
And we were shit disturbers then.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we're not as much
We're disturbing
troublemakers.
some other type of shit now.
There you go. There you
That's
go. There
it.
you have it.
So today we're going to be talking about what's really happening out there. As buyers and sellers out there, my clients, there's all types of information and fake news out there. So Ali and I are great at cutting through that BS and getting right through the issues that are affecting you guys, your sale prices, and how you're going to buy low. So let's get right into it.
Let's absolutely do it. And, I think one of the things that we can also entertain the audience with is reflecting on some of the complex deals we've dealt with, right?
Yes. And we've had a few.
We've had more than a few. And, I think you can just spitball, pick one, and I'm sure our memories will serve us well because we often tend to remember the difficult transactions more than the smooth ones.
The one that sticks out is we have to talk about Janet.
Janet.
Or do you have another name for her?
I think we're going to have to call her Karen.
Karen.
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
She's a
She's
Karen.
a Karen.
Yeah. So, that's good. And yeah, let's talk about the current market. For me, a lot of times what I'm seeing, Nabeel, is the pre-construction craze was great. A lot of people made a lot of bank in it.
Yes.
They did really, really well. A lot of people that became millionaires over buying pre-cons, flipping them, holding them, then flipping them. And
overnight
everything.
almost, some of these guys.
Right?
Made a killing.
And I think what ended up happening when the markets got extremely hot,
Yes.
everyone had that FOMO and they all
right.
bought in. And we've seen situations, we're dealing with some now where people are like, okay, it's time to close and I'm not ready to close because A, the property is not appraising.
That's
What
right.
are some of the other issues why they don't want to close that you've seen?
Absolutely. Properties are not appraising. We had an issue with mortgage approvals for a long time. As you know, you're really closely tied to also the mortgage process when your clients are buying. Getting mortgages these days is not as easy as it was pre-COVID and during COVID. They were just giving money away during that time, as you know. And now those rules have changed, restrictions have tightened up, and it's just not as easy to get a mortgage. As you know, we have clients who are multi-millionaires. We're talking about huge net worths, but if you have a mortgage or two mortgages, no bank is going to be giving you a third mortgage at this point.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the banks, it trickles down from top down, right? So when there's that quantitative easing that's happening and they're
That's
just
right.
throwing money at everything, right? Everything's great, right? Everyone's getting paid, everything's doing well, approvals are coming in, deals are happening, checks are getting cashed. But now, to what you're saying is that process has gotten really, really tight.
So that brings an interesting question. It just came to my mind, actually. You helped a lot of people make a lot of money during that rush. Where are those people now? Like those were the smart people who they made money. Like, did they get back in? Are they out? Are they just chilling now? What would you say about those few people that made a lot of money at the right time?
That's a great question. And when the market was what it was, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but a lot of people all of a sudden thought they were Warren Buffett. They thought they were Grant Cardone. They thought they were brilliant.
That's right.
And they were, look at me, I've made all this bank. They were at the right place at the right time. And what they did, which I won't take away from them, is they took action. Because everyone has $1 billion, $1 million idea, but they don't take that action, right? And action is key. So they took action and I salute them and support them for that. Now, some of those people that just right place, right time, made that bank and just kept trying to let it run, let it ride, some of those people have not fared so well. The other ones who, after they made this and they saw the writings on the wall, they saw that, things are shifting a little
That's
bit.
what I'm getting at.
Those guys, they pivoted.
Yes.
They started to look at other ways. Like, I did well. I made my money. Now, how can I find another way to generate income? Whether that be the deals that you and I work on for the multifamily housing in New Brunswick and different provinces,
That's right.
or that be, starting to get their hands and their toes wet with developments.
Yes.
So it's really varies across the board, but I will say some people did get caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
Absolutely. So now we teased it at the beginning about the Karen, and so
Yeah.
now we got to talk about it. So uh, for those people who obviously don't know the situation, and obviously we've changed the name so that no one is exposed. Confidentiality is big on this podcast. We had a Karen situation where this person purchased a condo. However, instead of using her own name, she unfortunately dragged two other individuals into the purchase, thereby kind of protecting herself. But let's put that aside. Now she's brought two other individuals in, and she's not in a position to close this condo.
Yeah.
And as you know, me and you have been going back and forth and trying to deal with this person. And so now we're at a crossroads, and we want to talk about that situation in particular, but also more in general, because there are a lot of people that are in this situation right now. So this is going to be for you people who have a condo, the closing is coming up, or maybe the closing has already passed and you're in default, maybe like Karen is. What do you do? So that's what we wanted to talk about today.
Right. So, in that situation, I think at the time when she was putting these other people on title, she was doing it with a good intention.
Right.
Her mindset was,
Right.
you know what? I want to spread the wealth. I want to help my family members to be able to own a piece of real estate and help them. Because mind you, it's a marquee property. It's near the Air Canada. It's 65th floor, gorgeous property. It got delayed a lot, so it should have been ready 4 years ago. It's coming ready to be finished. And the purchase price, I think, was like 1,314.
Sure.
Which was a great price at that time.
Absolutely.
And now she's like, you know what? I don't have very many assets in my name, and I'm willing to walk away from the $200,000-$300,000 deposit.
Right.
And we want to say that, and what you brought up to her very aptly was, well, listen, you put their names on it to help them, but the other side of the equation is now they're on it. So you might not have any assets that anybody can go after, but those other people you were trying to help, well, guess what? They're going to get dragged into this.
Absolutely. So let's play out this situation. So let's forget about the other people, but let's just say you have a condo and you want to walk away. You say, Nabeel, I've already put $200,000 of my hard-earned money, all my savings into this condo. If I close this, I'm going to lose another $1,000 every month because the amount of rent I'm going to get based on the mortgage I got to pay, it doesn't make sense. I'm just walking away. The problem with that is that you cannot just walk away. What the builder will do, does do, and is doing now, because this is happening a lot now. This wasn't happening during COVID when everybody was making money. Everybody was closing or flipping. You know what? We're going to take a break and get right back.
Oh, man, you're a tease, bro. You're a tease. Right when it gets hot. Back to you guys real soon.
Hey, everybody. The Nabeel Naqvi Podcast is brought to you by Affinity Law, my law firm. We're a full-service firm, which means if it touches your life, we probably cover it. Buying or selling a home, you already know. Our real estate team makes sure you're protected. Running a business, our corporate lawyers help you grow with confidence. If you're injured in an accident, we'll fight to get you compensated with our best personal injury lawyers. Facing workplace issues, our employment lawyers are on your side. Planning for the future or moving to Canada, wills, estates, immigration, we have you covered every step of the way. At Affinity Law, you don't just get a lawyer. You get a team that protects your interests across every part of your life and business. Affinity Law, full service, no nonsense. Now let's get into the show. Okay, we are back from our commercial break. And Ali, as I was saying, these builders are not letting you walk away. No one walks away. What they're doing is they're saying, okay, we're going to note you in default. So they're going to send you a nasty, scary letter saying that you are noted in default. This agreement is terminated. But that's just the beginning of it. Then they're going to wait. They're going to list the property and they're going to sell. But who knows when it's going to sell? And when it does sell, that's when the damages start to kick in. And that's when they start coming after you for that difference.
So I know this, you know this, but what a lot of the listeners might not know is that the damages that you mentioned, it's not just simply the $200,000-$300,000 grand I put in that I can lose.
No, it's not. That is gone. That was gone the moment that they sent you that letter. It says that your deposit is gone.
Forfeited.
Now they're coming after you for the difference in the sale price.
So quick math, right? Let's do some quick maths.
Right.
So person buys it for $1 million. They put $200,000. They don't close. Now if the builder sells it for 800 grand, is the person on the hook at all? No, because that 200 grand works.
No, that $200,000 is gone for liquidated damages, meaning for all the stress or whatever the builder had to go through to deal with this situation.
So even if the builder sells it for the mill, they still keep your 200.
The 200 is gone. It's forfeited. It's now, if they sell for more, yes, you're off the hook. They won't come after you anymore.
But you still lost your 200.
You've lost your 200.
That's gone.
Yes. And so this is the problem that people don't foresee, as you said, that they think that they're just walking away from their deposit. No. Now, it gets worse, unfortunately, because let's say that difference of $200,000 that you're being sued for, you don't have it. Who has that money just lying around? So now what they're going to say is, well, do you have any other houses under your name? Yes, I have the house that I live in with my wife and kids. Okay, why don't you sell that? And if we get what we need from that, then we're good. But if not, then they're staring down possibly bankruptcy. So it's a situation that a lot of my clients are facing right now. As I was explaining to you earlier when we were talking, I had one client who bought 5 units in one project under his personal name. So another way to protect yourself by doing this stuff is, if you are going to be buying multiple properties, is open up a corporation. We set up holding companies and corporations all the time for clients. So
and this is
I can do
something
that for your clients as well.
You've done for me, but just in case those that don't know, you do this like in your sleep. Like it's easy, it's standard operating processes, right?
That's right.
So it's about, and sometimes when I get on these type of conversations, whether it's in front of a camera, behind a camera, or just in person,
yes,
the goal is never to make people afraid or to scare them.
Yeah.
The goal is to educate, right? Because you want to make sure that the clients are getting into this with both eyes wide open.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yep.
So, I mean, that's definitely something that I've seen a lot of. I think I have about 2 or 3 deals right now where they're trying to walk away of. I can imagine as a lawyer, how many you've got like sitting there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I mentioned, the condo market, I would say about half the deals we have are closing and half are either getting extended. There's other options that people have. For example, vendor take-back mortgages is a popular option where the builder is taking a portion of the purchase price and adding it back to your purchase, so you pay it off over time. And so there are creative ways to close these transactions. Now, there was one final thing that I wanted to treat the audience with, or just talk to you about rather, is the other horror story where we had the $4 million purchase.
Oh man!
And the buyer happened to be the real estate agent as well in the transaction. So just tell clients about that story.
Yeah. So
and what you learned from that.
Luxury listing. South Richvale.
That's right.
For those that know, very close to 9,000 Bathurst. A marquee address for a lot of the people that are in our circle of influence, if you'll call it. And, got a property, everything's really good, find a buyer, and the buyer is the agent, right? Guy, we'll call him, we won't even call him anything. Anyways,
Mr.
the guy,
X.
he's, I'm the guy for this, and I can close this, Ali John,
Talks a
and
big talk.
I can do this, and I do 1 million in commission every year. Ali John, this is the number 1 agent. I am this, I am that.
That's
fantastic, bro. Like, let's do it.
I love that.
Let's put the deal on paper. So everything goes well. Then waives all conditions. Everything is fine, financing. And, we go the whole 9 yards. As you know, much like yourself, we like to provide that white glove service. So whatever is required to get the deal done, we're going to get it done.
Absolutely.
So we're coming close to closing, and he's like, my mortgage is not getting approved.
Here we go.
Yeah, and this is where shit starts to hit the fan.
Yeah.
And we're
Shit
like,
hit the fan for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So, that deal, it's one of those that it was so bad that part of me has actually blocked it out.
Yeah.
Because I lost a lot of sleep on that one.
Well, the clients in these deals are different too, right? Like, unfortunately, they're different types of clients with different needs because there's luxury listings, right?
What we're lucky is that the listing client, my client,
Yes.
was very much willing to work with the buyer.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And they were willing to make concessions, and they were willing to move off their price to make and help that deal happen. But at some points, when you're dealing with high net worth individuals, I find a lot of times things that'll kill a deal is a 3-letter word, and it's ego.
Ego.
It's ego,
So
and this ego of saying, you want to come after me. It's like, listen, we're trying to come to a common ground. Understand, you are in default.
Yeah.
These are the actions we can take, and we're legally within our rights. So we're trying to meet you halfway, but don't think that you are holding the cards. It's not about that. Let's find a common ground and come to it, right? So This
That's
deal
right.
took months and months.
Many times Ali and I are talking our clients out of pissing contests with other clients, right?
Right,
So,
because ego kills deals.
yes.
Right, and our job is to facilitate the transaction in the most effective, efficient, and beneficial manner for all parties. And it's not always possible, but we do our level best to do that.
Right.
So, in that one, they were willing to walk away from the deposit. We were about to start pursuing legal action.
Yes.
We relisted the property. We started
Yes.
remarketing the property. And
We relisted the property. That's right. We went that far.
we did.
Yes.
We did. The agent called me crying. The agent who was the buyer called me saying, Ali John, I want to meet you.
He didn't call
I
the
want you
bluff.
to see my family, my mother. And I said, brother, listen, I sympathize with you. And, I'm not trying to kick someone when they're down. I'm like, listen, I understand your position you're in. My client understands the position you're in. But what you're asking them to do is to take a significant loss because of something that is not their fault.
Exactly.
And, long story short, we did get the deal done. We were able to close it. The client was happy. Everyone had to take a little bit of a haircut, including myself as the listing agent and, paying out of pocket, not out of pocket, but reducing fees
Absolutely.
to try and make that deal happen. Because in business, it's not just about the ones and zeros. It's about building that relationship, and it's about making sure that you stand by what you say. We're not just here for the paycheck, right?
And ultimately closing the deal. I mean, that goes a long way. I've seen deals die over, like you said, pennies. Not pennies, but dollars. And ultimately, if the deal had closed, those clients would have been a lot happier.
Yeah.
So if you like that, this is how these podcasts will be. You're going to get hard-hitting, real information and stories about real-life clients that affect your house and your real estate transactions. Ali,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for joining me.
No,
today.
man, listen, it was an honor. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me. I love the setup. I'm super excited that you're leaning into this on the content side of things. And, it's imperative that people really know. I mean, before we go, people don't know like how much volume you've actually done, right? So I think, we had done some quick math and we're talking about you've been transacting on more dollar volume than many small countries. Right? Like we're crossing the 3 billion mark.
That's
as
right.
to the amount of volume you've done, right?
It's been 10 years and it's been incredible.
And it's not always been easy.
Yes.
I've seen you go through your challenges and, we've gone through the challenges together, the growing pains, the small pains, the hiring pains, the different things. But, you've always come at it with a smile, always come at it with, willing to serve and always being there to assist. And I've always loved having you in my corner. So it's Ali Dewji with Dewji Realty. You guys know the man himself. Nabeel Naqvi with Affinity Law. And again, man, thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you so much. I'm never supposed to shake, but I have to shake your hand.